You'll have to bear with me. I haven't read a script in public speaking since I was in 8th grade doing a sermon contest for the first time. But with so many people watching via live stream, and I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything or didn't misspeak. I'd like to thank everyone for coming. Thank you to all the family members from both sides who traveled all across the country to be with us in our time of need. The missionaries who are in the States who have worked with us in sorority in the past and are currently working with us, and one who is on deputation to come work with us, are all here. Thank you guys for coming. The majority of Savannah's high school class from Peoples is all here. It's very special that you guys came. Fellow students and faculty from West Coast Baptist College, many BIMI staff are all here to honor Savannah. I'd like to thank you guys for coming. All the supporting churches and friends who are watching all over America over the live stream, thanks for joining. To all my Ugandans who are gathered to watch this, especially my Teso family, Ealama Noi Noi, we love you. I'd like to publicly thank Pastor Satterfield and People's Baptist Church for not only hosting the funeral, but also for being so gracious and helpful during this time. You may be wondering why I'm wearing this kind of a shirt to a funeral. There aren't a lot of gifts to get in the third world for Christmas, so what Savannah and I always did was get several gifts for the children to make it memorable for them. Then we would pick one gift for each other for Christmas. We never minded this because we always had each other. And more importantly, Christmas is about Jesus. After she passed away, I was going through the house trying to get everything ready to come back. And I found a hidden drawer of all the family's Christmas presents. In that pile was this shirt. This was my one Christmas gift from her, and she didn't have a chance to wrap yet. So I thought it'd be fitting to wear this one to the funeral. You know, we love Uganda. This is a Ugandan shirt. For those of you who might not be able to see on live stream, she's going to be buried in a Ugandan casket, wearing a Ugandan dress. We absolutely love doing what God has called us to do. And even though she's now in heaven, I honestly can't see myself doing anything else but being in Uganda. There are a few things I'd like to say before I begin the eulogy. First, to all the people online who have been commenting, and especially to all the Ugandans listening, the official police report of the accident doesn't match what actually happened. I think most of you are discerning enough to realize there's a presidential election in Uganda in 2 weeks. And it would be highly problematic for two separate government agencies to admit fault in the death of an American citizen. Many people have asked for my response. So I'd like to give it right now while everyone is listening. I hold no one responsible for what happened. Satan has attacked us since we arrived on the mission field in 2022. And all of these attacks, including this most recent one, have been allowed by God. I trust the Lord completely and have no anger in my heart about what happened. The clay has no right to look to the potter and tell him what to do. The Lord blessed me with an absolutely wonderful woman, and now he has seen fit to take her away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. To To the policemen involved in the situation, if you're listening, please know that I forgive you. I release you of any guilt or regret you might feel about what happened. Thank you for driving us to the hospital after the train hit us. To all the journalists who've been writing articles about the accident, thank you for getting witness statements and telling what actually happened. But I want you to listen to me. I don't want this to turn into anything political. I love being in Uganda, and I'm only there to preach the Bible so people can join God's family and grow in their faith, just like Savannah exemplified. There were many people who helped after this tragedy, including the First Lady of Uganda. Please leave this tragedy alone. I don't want anything political to arise from this accident. It's my loss, and it should be solely up to me what happens next. I am praying that this incident will result in many people getting saved, people being called to missions, people realizing that God makes no mistakes, and that revival will sweep across the family of God throughout the whole world. Many times, as with Joseph in the Bible, God sees that the only way to accomplish something spectacular is through tragedy. He chose my family to go through the tragedy. So I want to make sure we don't get in the way of him doing something spectacular. If you're living in sin, if you've been scared to step out in faith and serve God, if you want fully surrendered to Jesus, if you've just been living for yourself, let Savannah's legacy be your wake-up call. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It's even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. No one is better qualified to tell the world how amazing Savannah was than I am. For the past 11 years, I've known her as a friend for 1 year, long distance dated her for 3 years while she finished her college degree, and this March would have been 7 years of marriage for us. I can tell you that Savannah was the exact same person behind closed doors as she was in public. She always had a smile on her face, and I've never seen someone show the joy of the Lord quite like she did. There are 3 roles in Savannah's life that I would like to highlight as I describe this amazing woman to everyone who's listening. First, she was a child of God before anything else. I knew she loved God more than me, and I was never so happy to be in second place. Every morning, she would wake up extra early to make sure she could have time with God before the kids woke up. She already talked to me about her devotion plans for 2026. She wanted to go through the entire Bible this year, but instead of reading, she wanted to listen to an audio Bible. She said that she would pick different things while listening than she did if she read the exact same passage. So she wanted to see what she could learn by listening to the entire Bible instead of her normal reading it. She loved serving God. I want to read to you her last journal entry that she ever wrote. Pastor's going to touch on this, but I wanted to share it. Psalm 37:4. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. She wrote, God wants us to be happy, and he knows we'll be happiest in his will. Many times, God changes our desires to align with His once we take delight in doing His will. Interestingly, many times our original desires from early on coincide with His will. I've never understood this verse better than when we returned for our second term. I've always loved traveling, but never wanted to live outside of America. Now, I get to travel, and I love living in Uganda. Those are the final words she ever penned. The only time I ever saw her truly struggle was during the second year that we were in Uganda. She sat down with me and she told me that every missionary had ministries they were serving God in, but she felt like she didn't do much for God. I sat down with her and told her that doing the bulletin every week, leading children's Sunday school, and teaching the ladies' Bible study wasn't nothing. Plus, she and I were a team. Because she held down the fort at home with the kids, that allowed me to preach on the radio and in the public schools. That allowed me the time to train up the men who are getting ordained. That gave me time to do all the things that we wrote about in our prayer letters. I told her that all the victories that God had done through us were not my victories. They were our victories because we were one. I could visibly see her realize what I was saying, and she relaxed. And from that point on, she had nothing but joy spending her days doing the work of life. She then went on to add ministries that she could do from home. During one 2-week period, she hosted 3 different groups in our house. And in the third world, with 2 small children, that is no small feat. I share this private story with you today so you can get a glimpse of the consuming passion she had for the Lord. There is no doubt in my mind that when Savannah went to heaven, she heard, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord." I wouldn't be surprised to find out that Jesus stood up for her entrance, just like he did for Stephen in Acts 7:56. Unbeknownst to any of us, God appointed that Savannah would only have 29 years on this earth. But in those 29 years, there wasn't a single misstep that Savannah made. In her final lesson to the ladies of sorority, she encouraged them to truthfully pray, "Not my will, but thine." Above all else, Savannah wanted to be like Christ, and she lived what she taught up to the very end of her life. The second role that beautifully explains Savannah's life is that she was a godly wife. In almost 7 years of marriage, we never had one argument. She was an exact reflection of the Proverbs 31 woman, and her price really was far above rubies. She loved me so much. She took such good care of me. She knew me better than I knew myself. Sometimes she would get something for me and tell me, "Honey, you're going to really like this." After I started using it, I would fall in love with the item and go tell her, "Baby, you were right. I wasn't sure about it when you first gave it to me, but now I can't imagine not having it." She would smile and get this twinkle in her eye, and that kind of said, "I told you so." She always submitted to me. She never made it hard for me to lead the home. Those of you who knew Savannah well know that she never liked making big decisions. It stressed her out. She would look at me and say, "That's why I married you." After I would get her opinion and then decide what I thought was best for the family, she never once questioned me. We tackled almost everything in life with teamwork. Her strengths were my weaknesses, and my strengths were her weaknesses. I knew that God had led us together because we were perfect for each other. She filled my life with such joy. And if I ever got discouraged from all the trials and difficulties of the mission field, she was always there for me. As I was going through her notebook, I found that she had a prayer list dedicated solely to me, where she would pray for me in 29 different areas, is what I counted. I had no idea at the time, but now I realize why my life was so great. I had a prayer warrior behind me as I served God. My other half was there for me, not only physically, emotionally, and intellectually, but she was also there for me spiritually. I can't tell you the size of the hole that she has left in my heart with her passing. Death is a very bitter cup to drink from. I've always told my single preacher boys who are looking for a wife to look among the godly for the beautiful. Savannah was the perfect example of that. I'm so grateful to God for blessing me with almost 7 years in this beautiful covenant. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of the Lord. Savannah was first a child of God, but she was also an amazing wife. Finally, Savannah was the best mother one could imagine. Her being such a magnificent wife was quite an example for our 2 kids to emulate. If you talk to Jedediah, you'll find that he's one of the most respectful boys you've ever met. And that's because he was copying his mommy. Savannah loved the Bible and instilled that love into our children. I never once feared how our children would turn out because I knew who was guiding them at home. She would memorize the Bible with them, sing about the Bible with them, use verses in their everyday life so they could learn how to live the Bible out. Our very last conversation as a family, just minutes before the accident, Savannah and I were answering questions that Jed had about Jesus coming back. Whenever Savannah wanted to spend money, it was usually to get something fun or educational for the kids. She would dedicate time from her busy day to read books to Jed. And if you go talk to him, you'll find he has one of the most extensive vocabularies of any 4-year-old I have ever met. She would plan special crafts and coloring pages for them during holidays to make sure they still had fun, even though they weren't in America. During meals, I would try to help her feed the kids, but she would always insist that I needed to eat. She would typically be the last one to eat because she would feed Mason first. That was Savannah, always sacrificing her time, energy, or anything else she had to offer to make everyone else's life a little better. She never did this out of duty. She did it as if it was her privilege. Cooking, cleaning, laundry, homeschooling, mothering, hosting, working on projects around the house, all while finding time to write lessons for children's Sunday school and ladies' Bible study, and to read a myriad of books each year. And somehow, she always had time to spend with me each night after the children went to bed. Savannah was a truly exceptional woman, and I'm going to miss her dearly. I can't think of a more appropriate way to summarize her life than with foremost, a child of God, second, an extraordinary wife, and third, an exceptional mother. Savannah, our covenant started right here. And it's in this very same spot that I say goodbye. You've run your race well. It was a privilege to run beside you these past 11 years. Please don't worry about me and the kids. God has surrounded us with people who are caring for us. God wanted you home, so I will now carry on the torch. I love you, sweetie.